here's the sketch of the roll cage, and this is what I'm going to give to Mikey. And you can see here I got a measurement of 43 outside to outside. And I'm going to give him the conduit piece too, but sometimes that conduit will flex a little bit. It won't stay true, so I'm going to give him some hard numbers here. So this, they get the main hoop here, and this is the halo hoop here, and then these are the 8-post tubes. And so I showed you that 1/4-inch plate here, that foot pad that'll be under each A-post, and then I'll have to put one back here too on the bottom of the main hoop. I'm showing him I want a harness bar here, but I'm also showing him here that I'll trim and cut. Okay, so here's my sketch, and you can see here's the main hoop here, and then here's the halo bar. Comes up like that, and then these are the 2 A-posts that I don't have built yet, but I'm going to put them. I got an idea. I got the bend already figured out. I just got to take a piece of tubing and make it so I can give it to him as an example of what I need. I'm also showing him I want a harness bar here, so he'll just cut me a piece that's a little longer. And I got a note on here that says that I'll trim and cut fish mouth, all the ends and everything. I just need him to get me close, leave everything just a little long, and I can trim it up. And then all these pads, or the pad will be here that I showed you in the car, that 1/4-inch plate. The one will be here, and then here. Then I'll have to have one here under the main hoop as well, on both sides. And SCTA calls for these gussets, 1/4-inch gussets, and I'll need a gusset this too, but I might use tubing. But I'll definitely gusset this now, but the rest I'll probably just leave until we kick it up a notch to go to a big course at Speed Week if we decide to do that. But anyway, for now, this will be what it'll look like in general, and I can take you over my cardboard and show you how I make the pieces and kind of use that for layout, and show you what I got going and how I do it. So basically with this piece of cardboard here, I can fold these edges up like this, and you can see I kind of got that drawn in, that arc right here, and I can fold this up so when I'm in here, I got my piece in here, and I've had to figure out what the radius of the bender was and where to put the bender. I put a line right here, so I know where to line this up in the bender. So basically, this cardboard is marked with that mark. So anytime, let's say we go to the other side over here, and I was building the piece, I was building my hoop, and you can see I have it marked over here too as far as the other side. So this is the same width as the main hoop at 43 inches. So if I put this in here and line that up, I'm like, okay, that's the one side of 43. Where do I need to be? Over here for 43. So I look here, I'm like, okay, well I put a tick mark here with my marker and start my bender, and that bender's gonna come out and put that tube right there. So I kind of held this up in the car, looking to see the angle of the cowl and the windshield, and I thought this was a good bend, good angle for the top of the A-post before it bends back into the halo hoop. And I made some notes on it. I need to add 20 inches to the bottom and 7 to the top. So I got plenty to trim and cut when I get it back from Mikey. So here's my bender I'm using here. It's a regular bender you get from Home Depot or Lowe's. Already got it marked. That top one's my line. And that's just the bend here. Pretty close. I'd say that's it. Right on mine. Close enough. So anyway, that's how we do it here. We do it on the cheap and kind of get a look at things before we take it and have something bent. So anyway, I would probably do this even if I had a bender here and going to bend the real tubing, get an idea with this cheap stuff to get a feel. So let's go see if it fits. Got a little long on both ends here, but that's okay. Let's see if we got the right angle here. And the top's a little too tall. I can tell this angle here and that angle there. This is probably what we want. So if we can have it bend something like this, we can trim it and I can rotate it into a little kick it in. If I got plenty on each end, when he bends it and keeps it long for me, I can cut it to where I want. And what I'll do is that when the main hoop will go in first, and then we'll do the halo. And even with the halo hoop, he'll leave the tails long, and I'll trim the conduit to the main hoop. That's the real engine 5/8 120 wall. I'll trim the halo hoop with the tails to it to get it where I want it, and then I will go back to his piece he provided me that matches this. It's long and kind of cut it closer to what I trimmed down the halo hoop to once it's I'm building, and then I'll do the same with this too. So once the real halo's in, I'll come back with the piece of conduit that I have here, and I'll start fitting it. And, all this is the outside, right? So this is only 1/2 inch, and the conduit's 1.5 inch. So all these bends, everything, dimensions are all to the outside. So I'll be thicker on the inside, obviously. But I'll trim this and exactly how I want my angle, get it really close to the real halo hoop, and then I'll just take this piece to the actual 120 wall 1.5 and kind of cut it back, get it closer, and then start fitting. So these will help me during my process too of building the actual cage. I'll use these pieces. I'll even use the main hoop when I first get started to make sure the height, he's going to leave that a little long for me too as far as height. So I can come back and I can trim the height down exactly where I want it, and I'll maybe take the conduit back and forth to the piece and start, so I'll use these pieces as I'm building the cage basically. So anyway, just a little tip there on the 1/2 inch conduit. Anyway, that's a little look of how I'm doing the roll cage and why I'm doing the roll cage. And appreciate you watching South Omaha Speed. We'll catch you next time. I hope you learned something and you can take a little bit of that advice as far as the cardboard layout stuff. And if you're looking to do a cage and something, this isn't a bad way to just take some pieces into a race car shop and have them bend something up for you and save a little money and fit it yourself. So anyway, thanks for watching. Tell your neighbors and friends, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.